still running on-premises SFTP servers. What if we can do it directly, securely, SFTP transfer on Azure Blob Storage without having any extra overhead of third-party licensing? Let's modernize this using Azure SFTP Gateway. Hi, I am Nandini. Welcome to GeekSpeak by GeekyAnts. In this session, we will show you up how to modernize the traditional workflow of SFTP file transfer using Azure SFTP Gateway. And we will be moving the legacy file transfer to the cloud. Here we will be learning the architecture, setup, and to reduce the cost, we will be configuring directly the Azure Blob Storage container to our SFTP gateway. Let's get started with the slide. These are the today's agenda for presentation. Let's get started with understanding of SFTP and Azure Blob Storage. SFTP is a secure file transfer which uses the port 22. Bigger industry uses this to transfer the file as it is very secure. Azure Blob Storage is a cloud-based service which is used to transfer or to upload unstructured file like files, application packages, medias. And SFTP Gateway has 3 tiers: standard, professionals, and enterprise. All of these tiers are directly proportional to the number of users. Standard has 5 user constant and professional has 100 user constant. Enterprise doesn't have user constant. And it also differentiates the type of the support what Thorn technology gives. Standard has only email support. Professional has advanced video and screen sharing troubleshooting. And enterprise has much better user support from the Thorn technology. Native SFTP support in Azure Blob Storage. Direct SFTP integration is there. Simplified access management, enhanced security. SFTP gateway architecture looks like having the user, folder, gateway bridges, and the storage account. A storage account container basically. Enabling SFTP on the Azure Blob. To enable the SFTP in Azure Blob, we need to activate the SFTP with a single click in the Azure portal marketplace. We do not have to manage any VM here, but we will be having the access to those VM. We need to configure the users here for managing, for transferring the file from the local to the cloud. And we need to have port 22 access here to connect to SFTP. The key benefit of Azure SFTP Gateway, it is used to enhance the security, legacy integration, and the cost reduction. There are very seamless uploads once after the configuration and the setup. Reducing the effort after the SFTP gateway on Blob. Basically, before we have to, everything was manual. We need to actually write the code. We need to use Azure CLI. There was high chances of mistakes here, and we need to even handle the error in case the files are not uploaded directly there. So after the SFTP gateway, everything was simplified. Once after the configuration and the setup, SFTP uses also FileZilla and WinSCP, which helps the file transfer very easy and smooth. The setup of SFTP here. So let's get started with the setup of SFTP Gateway on Azure portal. We will be doing everything under a single resource group named RG Demo. And this resource group will be under the East US 2 region. We will be having 2 services created here prior. One is VNet, another is storage account. Inside this storage account, we have a container named demo SFTP. And we will be conducting SFTP gateway setup under this demo SFTP container itself. And let's start the setup of SFTP gateway. If we search SFTP gateway, we get 3 options here. One is standard, another is professional, third one is enterprise. Standard one will be having 5 user constraint. Professional is having 100 user constraint, and enterprise doesn't have any user constraint. So basically we can say SFTP gateway, we get 3 options that are directly proportional to the users. We'll be conducting this demo under the standard one. So I'll go ahead and create the standard one. And we will be using the plan SFTP gateway standard 3.7. This is the latest one. We'll be doing everything on RG demo. PM TP gateway. Okay. We'll choose zone 2 here. Zone 1 doesn't allow to create SFTP gateway. DS1 We'll be using username and password. Username will be SFTP, password so next step to networking, we'll choose the same VNet. We have here SFTP subnet. We'll use that. The new IP will be created. Next review and create. Side by side it will show you how much it will cost for like every month, estimated cost. Deployment is successful. We will be using this IP to access SFTP Gateway user interface, and first we need to whitelist our IP here, the firewall. We'll just edit this one itself. My IP address. We'll put some custom port here, port 22. We'll be needing port time 2 for accessing the VM, port 80 and port 443 for the UI. Just save this. Still it is loading because we do not have access. Now it is updated. Can go here. It was doing the setup. We are doing it for the first time. That's why it is taking so much of time. I'll go to advanced, proceed, and unsafe. I will create a username and password here. Once after the sign up, we will be able to sign in using the same username and password. So now we are inside the SFTP Gateway portal. We have to provide here a storage account name. We can check this out here. The storage account name would be this. Container name. Let's go inside this. Have a container. SFTP. Connection string. We'll be having key option. Just copy this. Test the connection. The connection is successful. Save this. Let's create a folder here. Name test demo. Okay, let's keep this inherit. Save. Let's create one user as well. Test and select the same folder. apply. Let's go to advanced option, create a new password. Save this. Go to FileZilla. We need to provide the host here. The host would be the public IP address of SFTP Gateway here, and the user would be test, which I have created. Password will be the same, which I have provided while creating the user, and port will be using 22. Let's connect this. So it is successfully connected. Let's try to send some file from my local to the storage account. Let's go for the local, and let's check the same thing under the container if it is present or not. So you can see the same file is present here as well. And I'll show one more thing here, which is to access the VM, SFTP VM. So we'll be using the same public IP, SSH, SFTP. We have created user SFTP. And the code we'll be using is this. Yes. Okay, we are inside this SFTP user. We can check it out if disk is full or not here using this command. So this helps us to actually find out if any issues are there, if we are not able to log in. There is something like disk usage is full or not. So to find out such issues, we can actually directly log into the server itself here in the SFTP. So we can do a lot of things, like we can find out the issues using after logging to the SFTP server, and we can do it using the port 4x2, because 22 port we are using it for the SFTP. Let me know if you have any issue, if you are facing any issues here. The setup is done now, and the security and the compliance here. This include encryption, authentication, compliance, and audit trials. Audit trials we can actually check after logging to the VM system logs. And compliance has the security services of the enterprise control. Authentication include the whitelisting of IP for the port 22. Who uses this? Basically most of the HIPAA compliance project uses this, which is healthcare data exchange project, financial services, data analytics. These all contains sensitive data, and they transfer using the SFTP gateway, and they can use this to make their work easy and simplified way once after the configuration. Consideration and limitation. So basically we need to understand the limitation here, like we need to check the port management every single time, if unauthorized IP address we have whitelisted or not. And there is one more limitation which I found out recently. If we create the standard one, if we wanted to, as our clients, if the number of clients is increased, we have to move to the professional one. In that scenario, we have to take the backup of that, and we have to detach the IP, we have to keep that IP, we have to create the new one and attach that IP to the new one, so that there will be a smooth transition to the standard to the professional. So there is one limitation which I found out was a bit difficult, but later on maybe they will resolve that issues as well. Conclusion and the next step, basically evaluate your needs. Like if it is not required for the professional or enterprise, just go with the standard one. And the actually price varies from the type of tiers we are using it right now. So there are pilot implementations, also full deployment rollout to the production will be there, and proper monitoring and support process would be there. So these are the things which I understood and found out very helpful and easy. Thank you for watching. If you have any queries, please comment it down. Please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.